Thank you. Okay. So hello everyone. So we starting first going to the prayer. Second stage, we will talk a little bit about this topic. And third stage, if there enough rest time, and then a question answer. And the end is dedication prayer for these 2 hours. Sanje chudan chonje chona la chanche pande dane shabsen je dage jenso jibe chona Drola pensho sanje andre parsho sanje chudan sonje chona la chanche pardo dane shabse Dagi Jinso Jimmy Tsona Ji Androla Pensho Sanji Andre Parsho Sanji Shudan Tsoni Chona la chancho bande dane shabse dagi jenso jibi tsona ji androla pensho sanji andre Sanje chudan sonye chona la chanchu bande dane chapse dage jenso jimbe tsona ji androla pensho Sanji andre Parsho Maya Namgana Nyambe Semche Tamche Dewa Devi Juda Dember Jushi Semche Tamche Dungar Dungar Ji Juda Chara Jushi Semche Tamche Dungar Maybe Dewa Tamba Mamdra Jushi Semche Tamche Nyera Chadan Nida Chave Tanyo Tsame Phala Nibar Yanavshan Sa Pema Keser Dombola Yamse Chogung Uduni Pema Joni Jason Kordang Handro Mambu Jeje Jason Dandranji Chính ji lo xie xia se su gu ru bi ma se di ho shi o me chu ni yang ni po zhang na du sa san ji kun ji ngo rang san chul ku ngon sa thon zan bi sa wi lam nam la so wa an de sa ji fu chu shu shang me do zhang日照灵犀日的肩膀的三界上的弥的普瓦如果南的行了胸巴胸。Edam Guru Rana Mandala Kandaya Dhaya Amu Semche Namje Sambandang Loye Shebja Chirta Checho Temu Temba Chuji Kurlo Kurdu So Tamki Tuji Shajirik Sano Janji Metaji Honjumba Sergil Humbo Tawarjim Shakti Jarpu Shavla Kushan Sar Orjin Cholang Pami Dongbon Le Jarvi Nam Chorangjen Sanji Chun Sanzu Hui Shen Den Chombarwa Pimman Joni Dalu Penchor Gumbon Lujo Ayan Dewan Da Tome Nyen Sholang Chuji Zhao Chuchun Yon Xiao Hua Wo Jilas Zamlin Gencho Namla Kushan Sa Zamlan Zibi Genjun Chonyi Dan Tuje Lonton Yambin Tamaya Na Chotambar Vipiter Shuji Kundi Shurkur Dobin Hongchen Ba Timi Wuzer Shavla Kushan Sa Shivsha Kunjin Jongla Jipsi Tere Timi Wuzer Yamcher Tuk Terenzo Serlon Chen Nam Ki Namjur Jingme Limbi Shabla Kushan Tsar Mari Sangi Cheram Nyangla Shara Kundu Zambu Molam Nambar Jan Sipsi Jarin Tenlin Zinzab Mepam Jam Chu Shabla Kushan Tsar Pame Tuksi Dorjib Dunjum Je Turpi Namro Lira Lampi Kar Matu Londarik Pi Khwarjib Jingme Puncho Shabla Kushan Sa Kamsung Korwa Tong Chunum Jimbe Sabchelam Yonden Tarchen Ba Niluran Jertumbe Nanjun Yeshi Wamchu Shabla Kushan Sa Kunzan Dursim Garab Shirasan Pema Kara Jimban Yushunga Sozor Namnya Tirtun Jarchas Kateri lama namla kushan sar kandap shoshu tonggun jitina desyalum marchura kansata tandar tumbi shuji shenbe Sembrando bateda tamche ndarsha shi namo arya tambal hai ke dan le dan no jinke tum dan dan me ke nan dan do kunji jar ke chizam tamche ke de chu jan tu jur chi. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the subject is as last meditation practice during dying process. That is our title, the topic today. I think this topic is very important for everybody. Doesn't matter you are traditional followers or non-traditional followers. Particularly, no matter you are Buddhist practitioners or non-Buddhist practitioners. The reason because we already born in this human realm. So therefore, is the death is 100% sure sooner or later and will be existent after of birth. Nobody want to go and die, but nobody can control of the death. So therefore, little bit we to be know how to to relax during the of the dissolution stage of the death comes. That's why I'm thinking important for everyone. And then especially, of course, Dharma practitioners is more important about this subject because you can do so many things by yourself. What is good, what is not good during the dissolution of the death. So I'm not talking around many things, just straight start is better. So first now, I will little bit going to speak about the death. So death actually, and briefly, I go into explanations. Maybe there's two ways how going to we practice during the death. One is very ordinary, common way how we need to thinking during the death. One is very extraordinary way, especially how to do practice during this of dissolution stage of death. So first we need to know actually what is the main cause of the death. Sure, there are so many numbers, different kind of cause and condition for the death, but the various different kind of the cause condition of death, in briefly, we could can division into, in briefly, said three reasons, three reasonings. In the text from Sutra and Tantra, both in common, the reason is in brief is there three. These other three, one is the death is because when the exhausting the duration of once of human lifetime, that is one actual cause why we are have to die. And the second reason is when it will be exhausting about the merits, the virtues of merits. That's the second reason. And the third reason we can say exhausting the depend to the of the about the karma and Sanskriti, but in the imprint of our previous action. Sometimes even is we can fourth reason separately. They say the reasoning depend to the of untimely. We say untimely dead. That we say. But anyway, it's including these three actually. No matter you say 5 reasons, 7 reasons, 6 reason, but including in these three. So what means is the first one, the exhausting about the duration once of a human lifetime. That was when Gautama Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha comes in India 2,600 years before. That time is the duration once of a human lifetime, the average duration once of a human lifetime is the 100 years old, the age. And then after 2,600 years gone, now is more, according to the Buddhist philosophy point, life is more shorter. So therefore, nowadays we believe is that the average duration once of a human life could be can between 60 or 70 years old. And the philosophical Buddhist way is like 60. According my understanding from scientific medical scientists, it says 70. Anyway, it's similar. So that's the first reason why we have to die. And then the second reason, the exhausting about the merits. So the first one, when the situation, if it happened about the exhausting of once of lifetime, but still you can do some the protections of the cost of your life, which means it's like a long life Amitabha Buddha's prayer, practice, meditation, reciting the mantra, and medicine Buddha's visualizations, prayers, and the reciting the mantra of medicine Buddha's, so on, these kind of all different kind of the this little bit more, of course, traditional and Buddhist traditional and specific and tantric traditions. They have so many different methods for long life, the prayer. So these also can help you. It is possible. And the second, the reason is when there will be exhaustion about the merits. That means is we need to do collection merits again, uh, which is the main method for collection merits is offering to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, Yedam, Daga, Daganis, and the monastery of the monks and nuns with the faith and devotion and pure motivation offer the upper beings. That's one for collection merits for long life. And then as the other is giving with compassion, love, pure motivation to the of lower beings, which means the poor people, poor family, sickness person who need it if you could can generosity. And that means is the collection of these two method is main method for collection of merits. So if in case your short life comes depend to the exhaustion about merits, and then can we do any? Yes, we should can do to do something, which means we need to collection merits. That's like when exhaustion about the oil of your butter lamp. If you want to keep the torch further, and then what we should to do, you must be add the oil. Like the merits is like oil, like you need to add. That's the second cause. How can we protect? And then the third is the main cause of death is bad of karma. Uh, and then that means is uh, how we can protect about your life if happened the problems from the karma problem. In the end, there's so many different karmas, but particularly is it was the short life is coming dependent to the negative karma of killing. We killed so many beings, we harm so many other beings' life, or we beating them, make them sick, ill during maybe this life or maybe during many previous past lifetimes, so on. So this is why short life come and unhealthy. So therefore, what we should do, we must be need to, collecting about the positive karma with particular the method is for saving others' life, releasing the dying beings to give the protection, the fear of the death, and the supporting to the giving the protection to fear of the sickness, illness, person or beings or something like this kind is you can change your misdeed karma, and then can stop of the third cause of the death of karma. So that's the possibilities. And then is generally we can say when the both of these three happen, the problem, the exhausting about the life, the duration once of a life is exhausting, and the exhaustion of the merits, and happened the misdeed karma together, and then there's no options, no change. Even medicine Buddha comes cannot help you. Even is long life Amitabha Buddha inviting to you, but still cannot stop. That means they have to pass away. It's gone. So anyway, that's just in briefly why is the reason going to die. So what we should do when comes obstacles, that's just in briefly. Anyway, uh, was we born in the mother's womb beginning, all this physical body is related to the of four elements. That's as you know, in the medical scientific way, or of Buddhist philosophy, where both is tantric, both is similar. We are understanding that physically we are born from parents. That's very clear. Two genes. So the two genes nature is with the four element: earth element, water element, wind element, fire elements. So therefore, is when is these four elements is very balanced to each other, and then means is successfully grow up your physical five sense source of the faculties. And during this life also is a what means is a healthy or unhealthy. When they very balanced these four elements, and then you are very healthy and common world. And when very unbalanced about between these four elements, and then you very unhealthy, and you will getting sick, ill, uncomfortable. Your physical, the problem, the ill is coming, the unbalance. And particularly in the Tibetan medicine, the medical way, medical scientific way, Buddhist, and there's three elements balance, you are healthy, and three the element is unbalanced, then you are very unhealthy, which is the element of wind energy, the air, the element of a film, the element of a bile, right? The gene, yeah, I think so. Because these three elements particularly related to the fire element, water element, and wind elements. So these are the three is very balanced, then you are very healthy, you know. But these are the three is any one is very upsetting, you know, the fire is very upsetting, unhealthy, or the water is particularly upsetting, means unbalanced, and then is unhealthy. The wind is very upsetting, and then it's unhealthy. So on to the problem. So therefore, the main actual cause in the scientific, medical scientific way, we can say the main reason why we're getting the unpleasant the disease to the cause of death, because the four element or the three elements is unbalanced, upsetting very much, and then problem. So anyway, in this case, so how we know we are exactly is going the exhaustion, the dissolution stage of the death. Actually, and briefly, we can division into there's two types of death encounter, the sign, arising the sign of a dissolution stage or death. One is gross level sign of the dissolution stage or death. One is a subtle level sign of the dissolution stage of the death. So very beginning is starting as arising the sign of dissolution stage over the coarse level, the gross level sign of dissolution stage comes. Anyway, when they are raising any kind of the sign of the dissolution stage, for example, when the flesh element or the earth element will be starting exhaustion into the of the earth element, or the flesh element dissolving into the, or the earth element will be dissolving into the of water elements. During this first dissolution stage, you can experiencing externally of from your body and internally of your mind. So externally, the round people can see your body is become shrunk. The muscles of all or the limbs of your body become shrunk. And internally, the dying person herself or himself feeling is a very weak energy and a very sinkingness feeling, his or her body, very heaviness feeling, and especially is there's the internal sign arising, like because he or her mind is diluted more. Actually, ordinary mind already diluted, you know, but as during the dissolution stage, death comes unbalance of four elements or three elements, and then mind is become more diluted. So therefore, is your vision is changed, not very clear, not very stable. So therefore, is your vision is changed into like everything's the perception, the object, the subject, and the appearances are like a resting of smoke, like they says. That means this is your vision. You know, the visional, your mind is like this. So this is the sign of the dissolution state of the first stage. And then it's further, the second stage is we can say the the temperature, the blood element of our body, the moisture liquid is dissolving into the water, or water element will be dissolving into the of a fire elements. So that moment is we will be the dying person. The situation, the sign appearances externally, the dying persons from the mouth, from the nostrils is dropping some of the slivers or some of moisture, the liquid is naturally they cannot control. That's also the sign. And the same time, simultaneously, it himself or herself internally experiencing is the vision we mentioned you before of raising the smoke like, and this is now transferring into changes into a racing mirage of water, like everything is very unstable, and it's like the mirage of water, like is the mind is become like this, diluted. That's the internet sign, the second of stage or dissolution stage. And then the third dissolution stage is, we can say, the temperature of our body element dissolve into the fire, or we can say fire element will be dissolving into the wind element. So in that moment is the externally appears the sign of the dissolution, or these third stages appearance as the dying persons of body is that the root of the tongue, and the become more dry, and also the eyeballs also become more dry, and then start the temperature of the body is become more cooling. It's colder from of the toes of the body upward, and from the fingers and the crown and the shoulders also on the downward and straight, dissolving into the warmth of body is in the center, he or her, of the main body. So this is the external sign, the dissolution stage of the temperature of a body dissolve into fire, or fire element dissolve into the wind. At the same time, spontaneously appearances the internal sign by himself or herself experiencing the mirage of water like is a change now, is a he or her, the vision is a change into everything's like spark of fire, spark fire. Is it like in the net, you burning some trees and then jumping, so many of the light of the fire. So with the sound like this, is that everything is unstable and arresting on the mind, is like very diluted, your mind is illusorily, is this vision is like the mirage water like is changed into appearances of the spark fire like. So this is the internal sign, the third dissolution stage. And then the fourth dissolution stage is about the breathing of our exhalation and inhaling, the breathing out, breathing in, these 24 hours, because we follow the heartbeat together, unstoppable as long as we are alive. But finally, is this must be the wind element dissolving into the consciousness, or we can say breathing element will be dissolving into the wind elements, but it's same meaning, but different description. A little bit, they have different aspect. Anyway, during the fourth dissolution stage is what appearance as the sign externally. Uh, he or her, the dying persons, the breathing circulation is unstable. Sometimes too fast, sometimes too slow, sometimes very low the energy, sometimes too strong, and especially is the breathing out is more stronger than breathing in. It's the difficulty very. So this is the external sign. Dissolution stage, the fifth dissolution stage. At the same time, the internal sign is that the dying person himself. We mentioned you the spark of a fire, like the vision is changed now. What appearances on the perception, the visionary, the perception is changed, transferring into appearances of like butter lamp, the shimmering of butter lamp. Before and nearby the extinguish about the fire, because exhaustion, the oil and that very strong light is comes and then is very wavering and then disappear. The light is like this, is the butter lamp, before the exhaustion about the oil, the moments. So that's just vision, internet, the by himself or herself sign. And then we can say the fifth dissolution stage. Uh, the consciousness, we can say, because mention you the wind energy dissolve into the consciousness. So the consciousness will be dissolved into the space, we can say. So the fifth dissolution stage, consciousness dissolved into the space. That moment is um, your heartbeat completely already stopped, and your breathing circulation already stopped. But already meant is because 3 times the pure blood is dropping in the bottom of the flesh, the heart. So first time is breathing out very strongly, but cannot breathing in with the sound, and the eyeballs rolling up a little bit, and from the neck, little bit the head is bent, the little bit in front, bent in front. And the second time the drop is blood is dropping in the bottom of a heart, and more longer breathing out strongly, but cannot breathing in, and the eyeballs rolling more up, and is from the neck little bit is bent in the front is more than before. And then the last one, the blood, pure blood essence is dropping in the bottom of your heart. The third time, that time so the breathing more longer, more strong out, but cannot breathing in. That's the last one, breathing in this life. Only breathing out, but cannot breathing in. And the eyeballs rolling up more, and the hub is your eyes almost closed upward, like bird sleeping, like. And then it's from the neck, your head is more bent in front than before. So that means is miracle sign, better of the medical science. They believe that means he or she already died. But according to the Buddhist tantric philosophy and the tantric tradition, still you are dying but not completely dead. So these all I mentioned you very briefly today. So these all the previous mentioned the sign of this dissolution is with a gross level, the sign of a dissolution stage, gross level. Tail of stopped all these, but still dying meant is now next stage is start addressing the subtle level dissolution stage is continuously will be coming, but we will talk later after continuously. So now that's just very briefly the 5 elements how will be dissolving into the subtle elements. That is just here a moments I take. At the same time, also spontaneously will be the 5 sense faculties also will be dissolving into the subtle form. So that means is because the 5 faculties means eye faculties, nose faculties, air faculties, tongue faculties, the skin of your body, the faculties, 5 faculties. So these 5 faculties will be dissolving into the of a subtle form. That means is there's no power to see the reflection of form, not clear, even hard to recognize that is whose is in front of you, your kids or your grandchildren or not. Not easy to distinguish clearly. Sometimes difficult because eye faculties exhaustion. At the same time, and the air faculties also will be exhausting, so therefore not clear to hear the speech. Even here, but sound is very far distant. Even as nearby your ear, they ask you, how are you? But the sound comes from long, or comes from a distant, That's the sign, the dissolution to the air faculty. And then similar, the smell also you cannot easily distinguish sweet and sour because the nose faculty, and that also the taste same salty or sweet difficult to distinguish clearly, not easy because the tongue faculties will be exhaustion, dissolving. And then is the smooth or rough, the contact also not easy distinguish because the physical, the faculties will be dissolved into subtle. So anyway, this all is the sign, the dissolution stage of death. Okay. So now when addressing this sign of any of the one or the all of dissolution stage or sign comes of the death sign, and then what we should to do? First, I'm saying, still try as much can abilities to show the doctor and the medical doctor ask, take medicine pills, and follow the advice of doctor medical science. What they says is for long life, for healthy, for life, as from these dissolution state of death, as much you can. That's external of them was the material scientific way to follow their advice. And the same time, because if you are traditional, a believer of the like Buddhist or something like, and then good, you do some puja,
prayer, like Amitabha, long life Amitabha Buddha prayer. Do recite the mantra of Amitabha Buddha's mantra if you know, uh, and do the medicine Buddha's prayer, mantra of medicine Buddha's or mantra. This all is very helpful for treatment and for recovering and for rehabilitate about this happen. The problems depend between mentally your practice and depend to the externally of the medical science, the method together still do as much you can possibilities. But finally, you understand by yourself your situation. This all the sign is very clear, the dissolution stage of death. And then is you also understand from the doctor, the medical science, the round of yourself, of those people, everyone see the sign is there's no hope. It's, there's no, that's the end of your life. When you feel 100%, that's the time is on of the death. Now, what we should do? This is today our topic. So in this case, now I mention you, first I want you to say, if generally, as much you can, relaxed, as much you can relaxed, because usually very much we have nervous and worry and very panic, very painful, very suffering because physically pain, because unbalance about four elements or the three of the elements. So therefore very painful. And mentally, because you worry, because that is the ending of your life. It's ending. So therefore, it's what coming, what happened, what situation you, because the worry is we lost everything of separate your friend and you separation your possessions, welfares, everything's there's no chance to with you. So therefore, this is the end of this life. So comes therefore, of course, is a worry is true. So but that's why I'm saying don't worry. Don't too much worry. As much you can, we need to relax. But how could we can relax? Speak is easy. Speech is easy, but not that much easy during the death. But we should not forget, you should remember the impermanence. That's very important. Impermanence. Impermanence means is including for everyone equally. There are no any exceptions. The death is for everyone. The reason we say exhaustion in the according Buddhist philosophy, we say all the compounded phenomena are impermanence because including of four changeables, which means is the exhaustion is the end of collection because impermanence. The falling down or the collapsing is the end of building because that is impermanence part. The separation is as the end of meeting because it's impermanence. And the death is as the end of birth because impermanence, we can say. So there's no exceptions, no matter is you are poor or rich, you are famous or not, you are king or queens or subject. There's no any exception, man and woman. There's no any traditional or non-traditional. There's no any difference, everyone. The reason because it's impermanence. Life is impermanence. So if you agreement the impermanence of life, not enough. You must be train your mind right now, thinking over and over. Doesn't mean to worry over and over, but should not forget what is nature of our life is impermanence. So during the especially dissolution or death, that times if you keep on the mind, or that's not only me, not only you, not only me. Death is for everyone. As a son or letter, there's no way. So there's no choice. So therefore, I'm not worried. I don't need to worry. That is normal. So that's you can relax there. One thing is important, and then another one important is do not too much attachment to your people. Do not too much attachment to your belongs to of you, the possessions, your welfares, your money. Maybe you are rich family, maybe it's you have lots of in the bank, but don't care. Do not care about this. Don't thinking about this. This is impermanence. I already mentioned you as exhaustion is the end of collection. So therefore that's normal. So kingdoms there must be leave behind. So how we not, So therefore don't worry. So this all is impermanence. Already was enough. We enjoy with those things as during past maybe 40 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, if long life maybe 100 years. That is enough. You must be now satisfaction about this, your life is enjoyment is enough. So now is the end of life. So therefore, don't worry, that's impermanence. It must be relaxed. So therefore, if you are very generosity person, if you are the good person, if you can prepare, you have chance, opportunity, the dissolution stage slowly comes of the death, and good if you can generous, do the giving support to the poor people, the sickness people, illness people, needy people, meant the left things. If you have something, or your children, your family, your kids, you can share, with compassion, with love, with bodhicitta, pure motivation. That's giving. And also, if you have traditional faith to the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, or monastic, the monk, nuns, or so on, also you can share some part is offering them for prayer, for collection merits, for purifications, for benefit sentient beings, so on, good bodhicitta mantra, or so on. This kind of all is, even though I'm saying finally there's no chance to giving, no chance to offering, but at least do not attachment. Okay, do not attachment things. You must be forgot about this, because there's no choice. So attachment boring you. This make you worry more, suffering more. So therefore, the attachment cannot carry your things, follow you. No possible, right? So therefore, it's just relaxed. That's normal, as usual, everyone. So no letters, not only you, not only me, but for everyone. So that's one generally important relaxation. And then is the round people also is should not forget. Don't make fear the dying person, because they're running there and here and they're talking very whisper to the in the air, and they cry or yelling or something, shouting or so on in front of this dying person, and then it's boring very much, more nervous, more suffering, more painful. So as much you can is just relaxed. Looks like show him or her very normal, like very normal. Even of course you are very painful from the heart, but don't show very painfully. Okay, just normal way. Take care of everything, the medications or the syrups, whatever we can do, of course, kindly, but should not show him or her very painful things, terrible things, should not. That's because dying person have disturbed. If you can relax, and dying person also can relax, more peacefully can pass away. This is very important for generally, I'm saying. And then particularly if you are traditional like Dharma practitioners, you can do many things there. Uh, Take the medicine, the blessing pills. We can say testing liberation. Today we have found easily so many the blessing pills for monastery, monks, nuns, lamas, masters. They're giving us so many. So this just the pills is with water, so then it's shrinking and melting into the water mixture, and the water, the drop keep in your place, the fridge. Not only that same day, we never know when is exactly the death, but when comes the situation bad, and then keep this nearby, and every day let it be test. If you can, if you cannot, then ask already some the servants to tell them, please let it be drops of the blessing water. Put my drink or my medicine or my food or anywhere in the tongue. Let it be testing. That's we can say testing liberation. It's very good if you, because you have the connection, karmic connection. Not only you have faith, so therefore there's blessing energies there. So this also very one benefit, very important. And then is the contact liberation, the touching. So touching, that means is some special mantra, is can, or special some the mandala of mantra you can wearing under your neck or under your body or something they have from tantra. This also you can get nowadays easily from monastic way. So this also good if you can. uh, and then is the liberation of seeing. Seeing means is can see some the photos, pictures like Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, Vajrapani, Guru Pama Samba. What is your favorable some the deity? Normal your practice. This is show you in the picture the Tanga in front of you, because can memory remind you for clearly, oh, that's my refuge, that is my practice, that is my generation stage, or that is my normal daily practice. Because we weak, so therefore easy we can forgetting, sometimes maybe aging very old, then easily forgetting, cannot remember easily, or maybe very weak also cannot. It's long the sick ill and also cannot. So therefore, very important, the influence, so the in front of you nearby, something like these photos, pictures of a holy, what is you have some normal connections, this can't, someone help you, showing you, or just you prefer already in front of you. And that is also is the seeing liberation possible. 1 second moments, faith comes, you will be liberated. Your breathing stop, heartbeat stop together, and the faith comes, 1 second moments, last the dying, and the visualizations, and you will be enlightenment chance coming. So therefore, saying the seeing liberation, that is why we say. And then hearing liberation, the speech, the mantra, the chanting, the prayers from master's speech, or from monks and the nuns' prayers, or some yoginis' prayers, even your Vajra board or Vajra stars, the the chanting melody of some of your the Amitabha Buddha's and the Amitabha Buddha's name prayer, or so on. So if you can have a chance opportunity with faithfully, if you can hear some speech, this kind of mantra or the prayers, melodies, if pass away, your breathing stop and the heartbeat stop with this sound, that is a hearing liberation. And during the dissolution stage of death, that's very easy, simple, but very helpful, useful. And then mentally by yourself, as much you can, not only just relaxed, but focus on the compassion and love for everyone. That moment, even you had an enemy on your life, but now is the chance, last forgetfulness, forgetfulness, So just mentally, even you cannot speak, maybe very weak, but mentally is forgiveness to the even your enemy. So now there's no any enemies left with you. So completely you feel, oh, okay, no, I have no enemy because I already forgiveness, to them, apologies, yeah, with them, forgiveness with them, sorry about for them, so no, I have no any enemy, the last of my death, make clean, the mentally. Okay, so this is very important for relaxation and rest, comfortable feeling during the death, make satisfaction feeling for you more comes to you. So like this way. And also do not focus, I mentioned you, attachment to object, do not focus aversionment to object. Just as much you can, relaxation on the with compassion, love, bodhicitta, means may you wish all sentient beings be happy, enjoy. May you wish all sentient beings free from suffering. May you wish this suffering of your death is representing to all sentient beings suffering of the death. May you wish your this experiencing of the death situation is representative to all sentient beings sufferings. Something like this, Tonglen, giving and taking meditation, if you can focus all the sentient beings suffering, fear of death, the fear of sick, the ill is just taking upon of yourself and receiving upon of your on top of your sick, ill, and the death. And that means is you share your compassion, love, the virtues, merits dedicated to all sentient beings. Each breathing, the last moments you're breathing out, just focus very strong energy, very high confidence, keep the highest level of courage and pure motivation, breathing out, giving your virtues, your merits, your compassion dedicate to other mother sentient beings equally. And when you're breathing in and receiving for their problems, their sufferings upon of yourself, representing your this suffering, as for everyone, that is the last moment, the breathing circulation, the chance, like become you a bodhisattva. If you can discourage, if stop your heartbeat, your breathing circulation, I can guarantee 100% sure you will be liberated immediate next rebirth. That's not the Chamtrul Rinpoche is guaranteeing. That is Buddha's, Bodhisattvas, the lineages, logically, that's guaranteeing. So therefore, that's very important, but not very hard. But you need to prepare from now. Let it be, daily, let it be reminded, and the habit has to be more habituated, has to be more familiarity about this preparation. We are not going to die now. At the moment, not dying, but preparations always we need. We never know when will be existent death, where death comes, how we going to die. We don't know. So therefore, we must be prepared daily. So that's very important for you, for everyone. And then is Also, if you don't, there's your Dharma friend is there and good. If they're supporting to you, remember I mentioned you your mantra, which is your favorite, which is your reminder to you, which is your visualization of your yidam, the daily remind to you, help you, or something. How can relax on the your normal practice because your Dharma friend know which is more favorite, more connected, more related to you. He or she knows, and then if they can support to you, let it be reminder is very good. If they doesn't know how to help you, support you during the digital death, then better not too much talk. Give her or him make relaxed. That is more important. If you don't know, so therefore, this is the generally I'm saying. And then now we little bit talking about the particular, the traditional, real of like what's it, extraordinary, the practitioners when they start comes these dissolutions of death. So what should you do? Of course, so many different kind of optionals, but one important things, illusion. Your death is you should not focus on the very real. That is just unreal. That's like dreaming. Death, birth, everything is the dreaming. It's the illusion because its appearance has been originated interdependently. So that means is relatively this situation of the death comes. Therefore, is the infected nature is emptiness. Means is no self. Because of worry, panic, fear is comes from self-grasping. But actually, there's no self. The reality is nature or yourself is as selflessness, only Dharma sphere. Dharma sphere means is it doesn't mean nothingness. You are something there. What means you are something? The wisdom. The Dharma sphere nature is as a wisdom. This wisdom is primordial pure wisdom. We say tantric is a luminosity or clarity or luminescence. So the luminescence, clarity is as essential of your mind nature of wisdom. So your mind nature of wisdom, luminosity is unborn, primordially pure Dharma sphere. So this is the reality of yourself. That means there's no self, no ordinary self. That's extraordinary wisdom body. So should not forget to focus as much as you can, relaxed on the extraordinary nature mind. Should not focus ordinary wrong perception during the death as much you can. But of course, this also you need to prepare during your life. That's what I'm saying. If you are traditional practitioners, and then very good to keep this energy during the death, it pass away. And again, we say you will be liberated. Just imitate next rebirth, even though if it cannot liberate in this life, but imitate next rebirth, you will be, free from samsara, and you will be enlightenment, Buddhahood in the Buddhas of manifestation, Pure Land, so on. So this is a very important one things. And then other one things also, if you know the power, the transference of consciousness. So transferring consciousness means is, and Buddha says, consciousness is like guest. So body is like guest house. So now is you already the consciousness guest like as you already spending with this guest house like of your body. Maybe if your long life is 80, 90, 100 years, but you have to live now because you are was guest, not you are the guest house. So now that the time is on, you check out. Your guest house must be checked out. So the time is on. So therefore, in this case, now how you go out from this guest house like of your body? Actually 9 doors. Consciousness lives from your body. But these 9 doors is generally we say the 9 doors of samsara. Particularly the lower doors is the lower realm, the door of lower realm. So we need to close, if you best way, if you know how to close fully of the 9 doors of your body, only open the 10th door, 1, which is the center of your crown, which is a Brahma hole. Okay, Brahma hole in the center of your crown. That is only open, other or is closed. So how to close? That's you should to know from power practice, the transfer of consciousness. That means is if you can do visualize your body is as a wisdom body. like Vajra Yogini or Avalokiteshvaraya, fully visualize your contaminated aggregates swiftly transferring into uncontaminated wisdom body aggregates of Avalokiteshvaraya or Vajra Yogini or so on, so many different options. But anyway, this external protection of your consciousness to reborn in the samsara. Because nine doors by naturally you can close, because wisdom body have no door of samsara. Wisdom body only is a door of nirvana, enlightenment, naturally. So ordinary body is the contaminated aggregates always with the nine doors is samsara, doors with of samsara. So now you immediately focus on your visualization of yourself is deity of Avalokiteshvaraya or deity of Vajra Yogini, so on. That means is naturally you can block the door of samsara, the nine doors. There's no way comes consciousness to in samsara. Only is one door, open the center of your crown. That's Brahma hole. That's the outer protection. And the inner protections is good if you can focus your mind one particularly in the center of your Avadhuta, Sanskrit language, we can say, or Kundharma, in the center channel. Center channel is there too. One is like contaminated the flesh, and one is uncontaminated. Uncontaminated means light channel. So this is a light channel we're talking. But anyway, it's the channel you can do visualize like the thing, the ring finger like this big or bamboo arrow like this big. You can do visualize the center of about linked four fingers below the navel level are resting straight and reach in the center of your crown. Means is they open only up the end of the top of your center channel open there naturally. That means Brahma hole. Only one door open. This is the door of gate of enlightenment, gate of liberation, or gate of upper realm. There's no other doors. Slightly is closed, even the bottom of the center channel. So there's no samsara. Only the door. This is internal protection. We can say fence, outer fence, internal fence, secret fence, the protection, the fence, right? So external, the body visualization deity, this is external fence, the protection. And the center channel is internal fence, protect your consciousness, reborn in the samsara. And the secret fence, what is secret fence? Secret fence means is one pointedly your energy focus on the one syllable a or she or any no matter, or just sphere light, also fine. This is more easy maybe, just sphere light in the center channel in the heart level, focus there. And this is the traveler of your consciousness. Should not forget the recognition. Your center channel is recognized the path of a traveler. Your consciousness of the sphere light is the recognized the the traveler, guest, and above of your crown. That is the final you recognition, the final destination, distant. So true recognition, that's the power. Actually, transference of consciousness, you have to ordinary the transferring consciousness is by the power of true recognitions. Your center channel you should recognize, that's the path of traveler. Your consciousness you should recognize traveler. And above of your crown is the you recognize the final destination. That means Buddha's pure land, or the land of enlightenment, pure land, above of your crown. So during this dissolution stage, keep your faith, devotion to the Amitabha, Guru Amitabha Buddha above of your crown. And your energies one pointedly focus in the center channel. And then you must be is pushing your energies, but naturally you feel as a man is ascending through the center channel and towards reach in the Brahma hole. And there, during as long as you have breathing and the heart beating, there and still is not completely is lost your consciousness, as long as you have the concept, and then focus on the upward on the Brahma hole and the top of Brahma hole, and you plan to reach and the Pure Land manifestation, Pure Land. That is your destination final. So keep this one pointedness energy, and if can breathing stop, heartbeat stopped, and then 100% sure it says is you will be liberate from samsara, and you will be is born in immediate next rebirth, but miraculously in the lotus flower, in the least manifestation pure land. Okay, that is, you will be enlightenment. So but even if you cannot, because some reason, some karmic connections have not enough power, and at least you will be freedom immediate next rebirth, lower realm, and you will be reborn immediate next rebirth again on the fortune, human realm or God realm. Not only, but you born in the fortune country, fortune family, and fortune lineage, continuously linking, because the achieving condition before the death, and then achieved condition is during the part of existent, and then is projection karma, is the energy is before the dying your life, and the projected result is immediate next rebirth. So this all is interdependently. You will be reborn higher fortune or enlightenment or the Buddha manifestation pure land. So therefore, this is also one options. If you believe the transference of consciousness, if you have this opportunity chance, the relations already, and then during the dissolution stage, death, relaxed, don't worry, and focus on these three recognition, and decided 100%, this death is meaningfully. You must be said, meaningfully means is we 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times, countless times already dead, and after birth, but was meaningless. And this chance opportunity now is, the end, ended the recirculation of samsara, birth and death. You must be decided, okay, I will liberate from samsara. I must be reborn in the nirvana or manifestation pure land. Better power of your faith, your pure motivation, compassion, bodhicitta, your wisdom, and better power of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, gurus, lineages, blessings, wisdom, knowledge, or these together bear interdependently, you will be, as freedom from samsara. Usually samsara also bear existent interdependently. The two have link interdependent origination of samsara, the first ignorant. So then is karma or son, then is birth or death comes. But now is the first is focus on the wisdom and the compassion. There's no ignorant, so focus on this. So therefore is the karma is not contaminated, is uncontaminated. So the result is also not repent of contaminated aggregates. Repent result is uncontaminated wisdom body. You have become the son of Buddha's heart, or you have become same family of Bodhisattva, first Bhumi to and 10th Bhumi Bodhisattva, so on in the manifestation pure land, immediate next rebirth. So therefore, this all is very many optionals, but each, if you can, focus which is more suitable, which is more comfortable for you, which is more easy for you. I'm talking so many optionals here, but not very complicated. This all is, but whatever, which one is more comfortable, and you can keep this on your mind, and this is very helpful for you, for me, for everyone, so we try. Okay, so this is just the, and then other one things, of course, the other people, some already achievement, accomplishment, the Mahasiddhis, yogis, yoginis, or the gurus, masters, or the monks, nuns, someone of the Vajra border stars help you to transfer, supporting to transfer your consciousness. Also very, the term is a red term, to invite. When that appears this kind of dissolution stage or death, is exactly perfect, correct term, more easy to help you than already completely dead, So this also another the benefit, but there are many things beneficial, but that is, I think, is enough just before. So now we little bit going to talk further the dissolution stage of the subtle level. So that means is the gross level 5 sensors consciousness dissolve into the mental consciousness dissolve, the concept mind dissolve into the non-thought, non-conceptual, afflictive emotion consciousness, will be dissolving into the alaya consciousness, which means the best of all consciousness. Sanskrit language, alaya consciousness, but dissolve into best of all consciousness. So during this moment, dissolution stage, we mentioned it before, we say consciousness dissolve into the space. consciousness, and the tantric state you are going and dying, but not dead completely. Medical science say you are dead already, but not true. So therefore, in this case, now what means is the sign appearance as a dissolution stage of the subtle level internally by yourself only experiencing, which is there are 4 stages in brief. We can say what means is a consciousness dissolution space. Doesn't mean your sound looks like disappear. No, this space meant is your gross level thought, the concept, and non-thought gross level dissolve into the very subtle level non-thought, which is like space. So therefore we said alaya, the base of alaya, the base of all consciousness, basic, that is like space. So therefore we say consciousness dissolve into the space. So this space, again, there's 4 stages, 4 steps, different count, because the wet drops, very pure essence, wet drops descending through the of your Brahma hole and the top of your center channel towards to the heart. That moment you experiencing the young person is everything, the vision before, like the butter lamp, like the vision is not changes, transforming into as like wetness. Everything's like the evening, early the pure sky, the evening the autumn sky, full moon start erasing, and then everything's like shining, the light, gray light, like this. Your vision, that's your vision, your mind. At the same time as internally you having experiencing, so your mind is more, we say, the vision, the experiencings, you more visioning, the visional experiencings are clarity. We can say clarity more. Especially you will be experiencing more clarity. So this is the chance also during the dissolution stage. If you are very traditional practitioners, especially tantric practitioners, particularly great perfection Zopa Chenpo practitioners, and then the chance to liberation Dharmakaya in that moment, which means is if you can recognize the nature, Dharma sphere, unborn nature, emptiness, Dharma sphere, and essential of the luminosity, apparent clarity, the union of inseparability, clarity, and emptiness is as one's own mind nature during this dissolution stage of internet, the subtle dissolution stage first. That is the chance, first chance you will be enlightenment Buddha Dharmakaya. If you can recognize, not only experiencing, that's the chance. If not, and the second stage, dissolution stage, is because of the pure drop from mother, the red drop, the blood essence. Usually the pure essential blood drop is placed in the remaining, usually is at the bottom of the center channel and the navel level. So this moment is arresting, ascending the pure red drop from mother is at the bottom of 4 link below the of navel level of your center channel, ascending towards to the heart. At that moment, himself or herself, the young person experiencing the sign, subtle level dissolution, the sign appears. We mentioned you the wet like of the full moon, like is a change now your vision. The experiencings are like reddish, orange, like early morning as the sun rising and then orange sky comes like this. Everything's your vision, your perception is like visionary. The visional appearances are orangeness. That's the sign. At the same time, simultaneously, this dying person himself or herself, the vision experiencing we mentioned you before, clarity. Now the clarity is changed into transforming into is a blissfulness, enjoyment, more strong blissfulness, experiencing more strong than clarity and more strong than non-thought. So means is only is your feeling that moment is a very, very relaxation, experiencing on the blissfulness, enjoyment, comfortable, special feeling. So that moment, the chance, second chance to realization, true nature, mind, and to enlightenment, Buddha Dharmakaya. If you are great perfection, Dzogchen practitioners, if you are tantric, very high level tantric tradition practitioners, what do now? What you should to do? First, you will be experiencing the blissfulness feeling comes. So that moment, you not only just enjoy, you should not only attachment of this feeling. This is a normal attachment. But now is this blissful experiencing of blissfulness, you must be recognized. Nature is unborn emptiness, selflessness of self of blissness, selflessness of self empty of enjoyment, but doesn't mean nothingness, because the essential, the wisdom is transformed apparent blissful enjoyment. So the union of unborn nature emptiness and the clarity transform appearances of the blissfulness enjoyment energy. That this is a pure energy, the wisdom energy, not ordinary, it's a karmic energy. So if you can not only experience things, but you can recognize that is as a nature of your mind nature of bliss emptiness. So that's the chance, second time the chance to enlightenment, Buddha, Dharmakaya. Actually, it's three kayas and separability. Particularly is that during the dissolution, the death is more chance for enlightenment, Dharmakaya, because for the four types of non-thought of the emptiness is coming. So that's why the union of the emptiness of the four types of the clarity and the union with the emptiness. So that's why it's Dharmakaya, more chance. But doesn't mean there's no Sampokaya, no Nirmanakaya, of course. The best one, you will be enlightenment Dharmakaya. Second best one, you will be enlightenment enjoyment body, Sampokakaya. The third best one, you will be enlightenment of Nirmanakaya, manifestation body. So that's why I'm talking here. And then if not, then the third dissolution stage, the subtle level sign comes to you, which means these two drops from father and mother is a gathering in the center channel, reach in the heart level, and then is between there is the tripped, your energy of karma, karmic energy, means your consciousness. The best of all consciousness, the nature of the karmic energy is trapped between of these two drops. So that moment is that externally you feel experiencing the dullness, like fogginess, singingness feeling, ignorant feeling comes because you are nearby to fainting, not completely faint, but as close to faint. So like they gave an example in the text, says the stormy evening, very sun, just moment the sun setting and the stormy, so comes cloudy and suddenly darkness comes, So like this as darkness comes, that moment is you're experiencing internally. We mentioned you first is clarity, transformed into blissfulness. Now is the experiencing of blissfulness experiencing transformed into what? Non-thought, non-conceptuality, more stronger than of the first two stages. That means you will be approaching to fainting, not completely faint, but approaching to faint. So that's why arising experiencing is more non-thought, non-conceptuality. So that moment, if you are traditional tantric practitioners, particularly great perfection Dzogpa Chenpo fortunate practitioners, and then you have chance to recognize the mind nature non-conceptuality of Dharma sphere, essential primordial wisdom, means the union of emptiness of the self-awareness wisdom, the chance. So therefore, we see the first one is a union of clarity. Second one is the chance to recognition, the union of blissness. So the third one, the last one is the union. Union means the empty and bliss, empty and clarity, emptiness and non-thought. So the last one is the third one is the chance to recognition, the emptiness with of non-thought, non-conceptuality, the union of emptiness with of the non-conceptuality. Not only experiencing in almost everyone comes. Some is more clear, some is not that much clear, some is very stable, some is unstable, some is very fast, some is slow, but anyway, naturally experiencing, but the problems having chance to recognize or not, that's the question. If you had already karmic connection in this life or previous life, you already learned about this from master during your life, and then easily you can recognize because the conditions there come directly, it appears there. So therefore, not only introduced to you from the hidden way, but now it directly appears naked. So therefore, as you have chance opportunity to recognize, So if you having realization, the empty nature, non-thought of your mind, and then you will be enlightenment Buddha Dharmakaya. The best one, second best one, Sambhogakaya, third best one is Nirmanakaya. Anyway, that's the chance at the moment, okay? If not now, then the last chance, the funnel of a dissolution stage, the subtle list, which means is best clear light. Now, because of the non-conceptuality, the base of our consciousness, we can say alaya consciousness or base of our consciousness dissolving into best clear light. The best clear light, the ground clear light, the primordial pure clear light. So this best clear light or clarity, this is actually same word, tantric, the sutra we say Buddha nature. Buddha nature. Buddha nature is a sense born and beginningless, without any obscuration, without any stance, as stainless. Nature is primordially. Wisdom, luminosity, Dharma sphere, and Dharma dhatu. So that's the reality. So, but this reality nature always with us. But unfortunately, since from beginners till yet not we recognize, yet not realizing one's mind nature. So now opportunity, chance, that moments you should not forget. You should not ignorant. You have to, must be try to recognition one's own mind nature of Buddha is as Buddha, So now, how could you can recognize it? This is a big question. Of course, one is your karmic connection previously or on this life. And during your life, you had already introduced to you your mind nature, better your master from your lineage. And on top, you're having something experienced, generality point meaning of best clear light from the path clear light. So now this is we say basic clear light. During the path clear light is from your master you learned, and then is the best clear light comes like best clear light we say mother-like best clear light. And then the path clear light we can say like sunlight. The sun means the son and boy, the boy and the kids, children, son. I mean, not my pronunciation. I worry you mistake maybe the sun, the solar, but not. I'm talking the solar, the sunlight path, clear light. So here is the best clear light, mother-like the best clear light. Why they're giving analogy example mother and the son, the son. So because during the path of your life, difficult to introduce directly, exactly, difficult to recognize your true nature, best clear light, because you are still very rough, your thoughts and obscurations with you, but can introduce by master in the generality point of your nature mind, but like sun, And then is the best clear light is naked appears there directly for you, directly your ground of the original Buddha nature. So therefore, like why they give example mother and son like, because the son they lost her mother since as grow up didn't meet, so as therefore he don't know what kind like her mother, but as his maybe is the stepmother teach him or her, or your mother looks like this and that, beautiful something, eyes, the hairs, the how, everything's clearly introduced to him or her again and again, and then comes the vision on the mind, something, the picture comes clearly. If good stepmothers, the explaining is very good, and then the children is very good memory, and then there's a habitual, the basic tendency stored on the mind. One day, if in case in the Krodhi people it comes exactly mother, no need no one introduced to you, you can without any doubt straight jump her arms. Oh, my mom, that is meant is that is a grandmother, because the path clearly like son like already introduced to you your stepmother. So therefore when the ground clearly like the mother like ground light is when see that times no without any doubt. So you recognize. Similar, that's the example we say, best clearly like mother and the path clearly like son. So you have connections that comes during this last moment dissolution stage of death, the internal sign. That times best clearly arising and not only experiencing, clear light, but you can recognize that is as one's own mind nature of Buddha. Better power of your self-awareness. That's primordial pure self-awareness, wisdom. The intelligent mind of primordial pure wisdom recognize the object of Buddha nature directly. That is yours, one's own mind nature. There's no difference then of object, subject, and the perception of your this recognition. So inseparability of the three spheres, different aspect, one test. So that is the chance, the last chance. In this last moment of dissolution, such as death, will be recognition, it will be enlightenment, Buddha Dharmakaya. Means you freedom from samsara, the suffering, the panics, the intermediate state or part of existent, and you freedom, intermediate state of rebirth, of ordinary rebirth. Doesn't mean you will be disappear. You can born in the samsara for benefit other sentient beings, but better power, the recognition of wisdom, great perfection wisdom, and better power of great method of bodhicitta, compassion. So only by this you freely where you want to born, when you will be born, how to born, what kind of form you like, as you can. And multiply also. This is a manifestation body also. You can be manifestation into. But the reincarnation also, the holy reincarnation or so on, that is a holy reincarnation actually. Turku, we say Turku. But Turku actually can be two, I think. It's ordinary Turku and extraordinary Turku. Ordinary Turku is yet not freedom from of karma. Yet not ordinary Turku, yet not freedom from the ignorant state of obscurations. But their state is different because it's their compassion, their wisdom, their merits, their practice, their aspiration prayer, their dedication, their bodhicitta. Maybe is they're already entering into the path of accumulation, path of preparation of ordinary. But if reborn like with the aspiration prayer, with the merits for benefit sentient beings, that's Turku. Reincarnation, but you also reincarnation. Everyone, we are reincarnation, but that's special, the Turku. But that's ordinary Turku. Okay? Now we're talking the enlightenment beings reborn in the samsara. The achievement beings reborn in samsara. That is, this Turku is extraordinary Turku, I'm saying. The manifestation body, like, the holy reincarnation. This Turku is not karma, not ignorant, no delusion. It's totally freedom, freely. Only is better power, wisdom, and compassion. The union of emptiness. I mentioned you the union of emptiness of bliss, union of emptiness of clarity, the union with the emptiness of self-awareness. That's the power, So therefore, this reincarnation is the real emanation body or the reincarnation. That's a real Turku. Means it's the exactly extraordinary Turku. Okay, so therefore doesn't mean it's an ordinary Turku is a fake. No, it can be some is a fake, but generally, but this stereo is very nice, very beautiful because of good karma. Very. So anyway, here is the last moment of the chance you will be enlightened. The best one in Dharmakaya. Second best one, Sampokaya. Third best one is Nirmanakaya. Either, no matter which kayas, but it's just different aspect enlightenment, but is in fact is the same. Never ever separate. If you achievement Dharmakaya, Sampokaya, Nirmanakaya is as with you. If you achievement Nirmanakaya, and that means Sampokaya and Dharmakaya is inseparability, one test, only different aspect. So anyway, this is the last moments, the chance of enlightenment. Okay, so that's very important. If you can focus during this dissolution stage, but now we need to prepare from before your death comes. It's everything's because you like more focus of union, emptiness, of blissfulness, and then is during your practice, everything's the component phenomena are appearances, emptiness, form of deity, from Tantra. All the sound is mantra of deity, the empty mantra of deity. All the thought as much you can, training your mind with focus on the empty self-awareness, through recognition. That's normal your life, daily practice. If you could, no matter Avalokeshwaraya, Manjushri, Vajrapani, Hayagurva, or something is a Guru Pama Sambhava, Guru Yoga, whatever Tara, whatever your practice daily, if something, if you could can with the true recognitions, And then the chance, is during this dissolution stage, you will be enlightenment, the union of empty bliss, or maybe with the union of clarity, maybe with the emptiness, with the union of the self-awareness, so on. So that is a very important to preparing from now. Anyway, so now if you cannot, you only experiencing best clearly, but if you cannot recognize, then what happened? Then disappear. The best clearly is disappear, means is obscured again by the obscuration of the influence of your previous projection karma and achieving condition of karma. And means is ignorant there, because why you don't recognize? Means ignorant. That is the point. Ignorant means because you didn't recognize. The unrecognition is as ignorant. That means. Doesn't mean ignorant comes from somewhere and then is covering this. That is totally not. But this non-recognition or unrecognition is as definition of ignorant. If you recognize realization, your mind nature, that means is wisdom. That means premoder self-wisdom. So self-recognition wisdom is the recognizing the self-awareness power is the opposite of ignorant. So the ignorant, obscuration, ignorant is opposite, contrary about the self-recognition. So even not recognized, then what happened is naturally ignorant. So naturally ignorant, then start darkness feeling come. We mentioned vision of darkness arising. This anti-clock way now is the reverse order way comes, and then is the what's it, the orangeness, the clarity, I think the blissfulness feeling comes, the orange and the orangeness. And then is the first one is the gray, the wetness, the full moon like, and then is more the clarity thought, non-thought, but non-thought, but clarity, non-thought is comes to you. And then at the same time, that moment is a separation, your consciousness from this body. Left comes out through any one of 9 doors. Means is if not transference in the Brahma hole, not recognition of this all the chance opportunity stages, and then must be your consciousness life from your body in one of 9 doors. Means is nostrils, from the eyeballs, the air faculties, from mouth, from forehead, from crown. Crown means not the top one, it's the another one, there's we say crown. And then the navel level, point the navel level on the lower the sexual organs or so on, lower holes. Actually, the best one special is they can liberate from Brahma hole, and the worst one is to emanate next directly and the hell, then is the bottom of even the feet. The separate consciousness from bottom of the feet also possible. But this is not including in the ninth door. Ninth door is normal, general, because intermediate step, part of exited comes. But upward and downward straight, these two have no pardo, no intermediate state of becoming. There's no need. Live over, shortcut, both. Good shortcut, a bad shortcut. So that's two shortcut. So hopefully we are become the the best shortcut, not the bad shortcut. But generally everyone else, don't worry, the bad shortcut is very rare, very rare. But the good shortcut is a chance up to you, so right now, your preparation. But at least normally, of course, it can be reborn higher. Fortune realm, if you keep, I mentioned you already, I'm not repeating again. So the projection motivation, achieving the condition, these two, projection karma and achieving condition during the death. The projection is before of death. So this actual cause, projection, and actual the favorable condition of achieving condition, both are positive, then don't need to worry. Least you will be reborn higher fortune family, fortune, traditions, emitted next rebirth. Gradually, enlightenment is coming. That's sure, 100%. But unfortunately, projection is wrong, totally karma, and achieving conditions during the dissolution death is very upset, very angry, very jealousy, very worry, panic, something, and then danger. So therefore, as important, the relaxation, restness, and comfortable feeling as much, even physically, of course, pain is a dying, but it's mentally as much you can relax. Very important, okay? So, and then is the next stage is the intermediate stage, part of existent. And we're not going to Pardo talk. No, today is not Pardo, one of Pardo, but not fully of the six Pardos. We are today talking the intermediate state of death, you know. So therefore, we're not going to intermediate state of existent or becoming. Uh, and then is because from through the becoming Pardo, and then is the next stage is birth is coming again, next rebirth. As a good as a higher realm and the bad is lower realm. But this all is the another teaching, another subject, you know. And then also one subject is between there, also part of reality, intermediate state of dharmata, part of dharmadartu or dharmata, I think dharmata. So the part of reality. This also we're not talking today, okay? This is a tantric, like a hearing liberation, the teaching tutorial, part of tutorial practitioners, great Dzogpa, one part of great Dzogpa Chenpo practice practitioners. Then you have chance also opportunity, even if you cannot liberate in the Dharmakaya in this life, but you have second chance, you will be enlightenment in the Sambhogakaya in the Pardo intermediate state of reality. If not, and then you have chance to enlightenment at Pardo of intermediate state existent, the will be in the enlightenment Nirmanakaya, Dharmakaya, part of existent. That means you can be manifestation into Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land or Copper Column Mountain of Guru Rinpoche's Pure Land or any medicine Buddha, Amitabha Buddha or Akyobuya Buddha. So many Buddhas, different Pure Land can be manifest. Any one of Pure Land you can manifestation by miraculously born in the lotus flower. So that means is you and from the intermediate part of existent. If you have the power, the recognition of the orange section of Nirmanakaya, then you will be, transformed into manifestation body. That's the last, So the among this part, but this part all we're not going to talk details today. Only the how preparation, how the last meditation, so the practice during the dying of the process. That's our title or the subject. So I think is that this my talk is related to this title. Okay, so I hopefully you can little bit ponder is clear understand. Most of you already maybe, but it's the some of you because today is an online talk on Zoom. So therefore some is maybe totally is new possible. So therefore a little bit we need to thinking responsibility both who are already old practitioners, who is the very new. So therefore is I thinking both on my mind. I need to talk like this way. I cannot separate. So I think that is today. So anyone, if you have any questions, we're going to for 10 minutes question answers, or 10 or 15 minutes.
Thank you so much, Rinpoche. There are several questions.
Yes, please.
The first is, please can you give advice about Amitabha's vows and reciting his mantra at the time of death, and how during our lifetime we can practice the aspiration for rebirth in Dewa Chen?
Because the Amitabha Buddha is actually any Buddha is actually different aspect but same quality, but is the easiest by ordinary born in the Pure Land. If you choose as Amitabha Buddha's most one easiest place, because the reason during the path of accumulation and merits in the path of Bodhisattvas of Buddha Amitabha, particularly his aspiration generally benefit all sentient beings, any kind of Buddha's activities. His particular aspiration dedicated to during the benefit of the dying person to leading immediately in immediate next rebirth by miraculously born his Pure Land. That's his particular aspiration prayer over and over completely. So therefore, is finally he achievement Amitabha Buddha from benefit generally all the Buddha same, but particularly during the dissolution stage or death. That's why is Amitabha Buddha's more easy. Because his aspiration prayer is particular for benefit more in the dying person. That's why. But also, of course, it depends to the practitioner's faith and devotion, So therefore, we need to, there's actually four reasons to born and Buddha Amitabha's Pure Land, but we're not going all details. However, you need to fed Amitabha Buddha and do as much you can visualize prayer and generating wonder of Buddha Amitabha's Pure Land, see more the pictures, the photos, the tankas, and directly, and then indirectly, and the visionary on the mount, do visualize over and over, but doesn't thinking this is like materiality. You're thinking the wisdom and the compassion. The Buddha is the embodiment of wisdom and the compassion. But the apparent form is Amitabha Buddha, you know. So, and therefore, is you need to receive the teaching from master and receive the transmission from master, Amitabha Buddhas, the manifestation of consciousness, transform consciousness, so on. And it is good if you have chance of receiving the empowerment, Amitabha Buddha's empowerment from them, and then keep the pure samaya, the vow, keep as much you can. Even it happened something problem, but immediately has to be recovered, having there was a rehabilitate better method, many method, you know, it's immediately easy. So do not blocking the vows with you long. So it's just immediately. And then on top to more purifications, like Vajrasattva meditation and recitation mantra, because object to reborn higher realm, if obscurations, therefore purification, need to collection merits, because Buddha's Pure Land is very high level, the merits place. So if low merits, how can be in Buddha? So Pure Land, so therefore we need to collect merits with the compassion, love, like generosity, or so on, like as much you can, collection merits, as much you can, and should not forget, decided 100%, this, the end of this life, you will be next rebirth in the Pure Land, Amitabha. Pure Land without any attachment to the samsara. If you want attachment to the nirvana, attachment to the Buddha's Pure Land, do not attachment to samsara. Okay, if you attachment to the samsara, then say, I want to imitate next rebirth born in the Buddha's Pure Land. That's a lie. Not true, because you have attachment to samsara, right? But you prayer say, may I be born in the Buddha's Pure Land, but your attachment is to the samsara, and then it's no, doesn't work, you know, don't work. So therefore, you really want to be born on the nirvana, Amitabha Buddha Pure Land, as much try renunciation at all of samsara, even as a upper fortune human or God realm, still is the relative suffering of change and all pervasive of suffering. So therefore, Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land is totally free from suffering, and even suffering of change, because they know, yes, there's and the good. But all pervasive suffering is still is something related, but that means is that's at last. Then you will be freedom, enlightenment, Buddhahood, then no problem. So therefore, that is important during your life, linking to connection to the Buddha Amitabha. That's one. Then what you said, I forgot maybe one aspect from this question. What you said then? No. Is it enough, the answer?
Yeah.
I think I'm missing one part aspect, but anyway.
There are many, many questions now, so we should probably.
Okay. All right. Then I should answer.
To attempt a better understanding of death from a different angle, why are we inclined to be alive in the first place? Why do we not remain in a dissolved death state?
That's I'm not not clear for me.
Difficult. Yeah, I understand. Someone is wondering why we are born at all.
Okay, why we are born? Wondering. Okay, why we are born at all? Okay, in this samsara. And that is.
That's it.
Okay, so good. So in brief, so I get it point. So actually, we can say as someone wanting born in this samsara, whether you want or not, but no choice, have to born in this samsara. We say, unfortunately, say foolishly. Foolishly means is ordinary beings mind already obscured, the nature mind already obscured by the ignorant. Ignorance means is misconception, misunderstanding mind. So misunderstanding, misconception means is the mistake to the nature. One's mind nature. What is one's mind nature is selflessness of Dharma sphere. Essential is as luminosity, clarity, opposite of ignorant. But We overhanding to existent nature of self is inherently. That means already ignorant. So if as long as with self grasping, clinging, ego clinging is there, clinging oneself, and then secondarily clinging to others. That means is two dualistic grasping, object and subject. That means self-attachment and jealousy, aversion to other. Between they're already ignorant, confusing, your mind diluted. Confusion means if mind diluted, and then any actions could be contaminated karma action. Sometimes good karma, positive. Sometimes a negative, bad karma, and negative. Negative karma will be bring suffering, and positive karma will be bring suffering of change. Or all pervasive suffering is the fundamental better ignorant. So that's why we are born in the samsara. Make sense? Is it clear? The answer to that. Okay, I hope that's the point. Yeah.
Yes, the other part of that was, why do we not remain in a dissolved state?
Why do we, what's it?
Why do we not remain in a state of dissolution?
Dissolution, actually, because these I today a little bit mentioned to you. Some they can recognize the dissolution stage, but some cannot recognize the sign of dissolution stage. That's the point, is it? Maybe. So anyway, that means during your life, while of your life, if you have chance, opportunity, learning, studying, contemplation, introspection, recognition, transmission, something from your master, your lineage, and then you have more chance, 80% and 90% you have chance to recognize the sign of dissolution stage is not impure. This impure, the sign appearance is transferring into recognition of the pure signs of the realization, the true nature, the stages of the process, the dissolution stage, enlightenment comes. But 99% ordinary, we have no chance, opportunity in this life, even have no chance to listen about this kind of the situation. So therefore, naturally comes the dissolution stage, the sign of dissolution stage, experiencing it naturally, but you only experiencing, but you cannot recognize because you have no introduction to this recognition. You have no idea about this nature. This is the problem. So therefore, even great Dzogpa Chenpo, the view, final great perfection Dzogpa Chenpo view, sometimes says naturally some ordinary people can experiencing the true nature of the great perfection Dzogpa Chenpo without a teacher, without a teaching. But problems have no chance to recognition. This is the problem. Only experiencing circumstantially, but cannot recognize because have no introduction. This is the problem. So similar the point meaning. So that's why it not remains on this dissolution stage, or why not recognition. Who can remains or who can recognize it depend. Having the karmic connection already, or having already habituated or not, generality point to this, or having the introduction or not. Something like this. Yeah.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Have any other?
Please,
Maybe that. Okay. So we're going to, is this the last one, right?
if you like, there are about 7 or 8 more.
Okay, you choose one.
Okay. Please review the 3 recognitions with any kind of explanation and resources to help further our practice of those.
3 recognitions, maybe the transfer of consciousness I mentioned before, 2 recognition. This one, is it? Because it can be many different aspects of 3 recognitions, but I guess that's what I'm saying, the 3 recognition to transferring consciousness. It is power.
Yes.
Okay. So the first one, the recognition, your center channel, the visualizations of your center channel, you has to be recognized as path, the way. as the way for liberation, for enlightenment, for freedom of samsara, the path of the first recognition. The second recognition, your consciousness, one's own consciousness, or means one's own mind. The definition, clarity, awareness of your mind. You have to be recognized or taken into path of a traveler. Your consciousness, you have to be recognition, traveler. Because you already recognize your central channel is as path. So now in this path, who is need passing through this path is your consciousness, is the traveler. You should recognize your consciousness is as the traveler, the guest. So now you have path, you have recognition the path, and you have recognition your traveler. So now traveler to where? Go to where? This is the question. The third recognition, the last, the final destination. So final destinations, generally, ordinary people we recognize in samsara. We decided already next rebirth, may I hope not lower realm. May I hope it's an upper of fortune, at least the human or God realm. That's all recognition, right? The final destination. But now here, if you want to transfer your consciousness into immediate next rebirth and the Pure Land, then your final destination, you have to be recognized Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land, above of your crown. But doesn't mean this Amitabha Buddha is just above of your crown. But that means it's just symbolization representing above of your crown, the point of energy. If you focus there, this is the symbolizations of the Buddha Amitabha's Pure Land. Actually, Buddha Amitabha final Pure Land is not distant. That is on your mind, nature, So actually, but if you don't know and where is Buddha, what means Buddha, then very distant, it's very far, very far. Anyway, it's at the moment we just focus above of your crown. So that means Guru Amitabha Buddha, I'm saying it's important. We say Guru Amitabha Buddha. That means is your lineage, your root guru, and your root guru's lineage energies, all the empowerment transmissions, the lineage blessings, always can linking between followers, the practitioners, and the refuge object, and Buddhas. So that's why I say Guru Amitabha Buddha. That's very important. Not only Amitabha Buddha, Guru Amitabha Buddha. Buddha is always everywhere, Buddha's energies, but not easy to linking the connection because our lineage, our faith, our connection. So therefore, Guru Amitabha Buddha. So anyway, above of your crown, the Guru Amitabha Buddha Pure Land is as you has recognition, the final destination. Your final destination, you should be recognized above of your crown of Guru Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land. Is it clear? Okay, that's a true recognition.
Thank you.
All right, so now we're going to dedication prayer, is it first?
Yes, I would just like to say that many of the questions that are left will be answered when people are able to listen to the teaching again. Rinpoche really did cover a lot of them. So please do, when you get that recording, please do listen to it. Thank you, Rinpoche.
Okay, thank you. So we're going to dedication prayer and the rest part of this, if you have the booklet. Sonam ande dhamche sipanye thomne nibi dharna phanshe sha shirga nanje parlo chukpa Sebi on sole on drowa shun de da tu san de wa gerza chenye samba majur simche dhamche la sanje thobe Jungo Jumper Power Chetaran Kemba Na Kunda Sambo Teya Tepje Teta Kunji Jisa Dalo Shia Gewa Deda Tamche Ramde Du Sa Shambe Jarwa Tamche Ji Ngowa Kangla Chode Ngamba Dagi Age Sawa De Gon Zambo Shushe Rabde Kunza Dorje Chanche Manche Ni Chenche Tsawe Lama Yanche Drove Donde Molo Kanda Pa Eda Tamshi Doje Andre Par Shiva Yakundo Yando Amano Dharme Chunji Yapela Longsho Chan Sada Lamji Yayonde Rabzoni Dorje Anchanga Kumbha Anyartho Jo